Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my boy E.
Yes, sir.
Family was good.
It's going good.
Man, we booting up. Good to see you, my boy. We still working on these little bit of.
I think I'm gonna blur my background. You let me know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's better, right? Yeah, that's cool. I see you got the fours in the back. They just dropped today.
Did you get them? Yeah. We definitely gonna get to that, Playboy. We gonna get to that, Playboy, for sure. You hear me? We gonna get to that for sure. You hear me? Let me see. I just want to make sure we all in line for what needs to be in store. Okay. Let's put this here. Let me see. We still waiting for Dandrick to come on, but before he gets booted in, welcome back to Gurus of the Game. You hear me? I am your host, former college athlete, former pro baller, but current Cripper Thug. Your boy Takeover Russ.
And I'm coaching out 901. And we here to just give you a little piece, introduce you to the people that are part of Guru of the Game. So
Yes, sir. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2. Man, got a very special show lined up for you guys. My man Dandrick Jones from the city of Dallas, man, is very much in tune with the game. Has a very great story for us to hear tonight. But before we get to that, what's going on with you?
Man, not much, man. Just taking it day by day. Just ready to get the interview going.
Oh no, for sure, man. Slow motion on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And you had mentioned these. First things first, man. If you didn't pick these up today, I feel bad for you. Okay, check out the sneaks, check out the sole. And these are so fresh. You can do like you can do one of them on. You know what I'm saying? Had the Fat Joe there. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you ain't get these, Christmas came early for me. You know what I mean? So that's how I had to let y'all know. I'm gonna put these hoes right up here too for y'all, man. You know
I slept on them, man. I slept on them, man.
Did you sleep on them?
Yeah, I got the 5s instead, though, bro.
Okay. Well, yeah, we had to wake them up, man. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. We want y'all to give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, my boy Dandrick Jones, man. Give it up for my boy Jones, man.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas?
What's good with you?
Not much, man. How about y'all?
Good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Man, we appreciate you, man, taking time out on your Saturday night to come chop some game with us, man, on Gurus of the Game.
Okay.
Heard a lot about you, man, in these city streets, man, and in these gyms. And it was very important, man, that we get you early in the game on the show, man, to let us know what this ball playing, man, in Big Texas is all about.
Okay. For sure, man. I'm glad to be on the show, fella.
Man, no, we appreciate you, man. Did you check out the that Colorado game?
Yeah, I watched it, man. They started out kind of slow. They were kind of shaky in the beginning, but they pulled it out.
Yeah, no, fast. You seen it?
Yeah, I seen it. I think we watching greatness.
We definitely watching greatness. So we definitely watching history in the making. And if you ain't watching that, man, you ain't black. Goddamn,
yeah, you missing out if you ain't watching that.
Yeah, you missing out for sure. You can't be a guru of no game and
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Yeah, facts, man. So for sure, Dandrick, man, we appreciate you tapping in with us, broski. And we'll go ahead and jump right into it. And I guess first things first, man, as me and E kind of want to know, I want to know personally, who put the ball in your hand, man? Who got you started? Who the one that told you, you can be anything with this thing?
For me, it was my mom, man. I mean,
Okay.
from the time that I can remember, it was my mom putting the basketball in my hand. I mean, when I was born, she was playing at SMU already, so it was already instilled in me.
Your mom played D1 basketball?
Yes, she played at SMU for 4 years.
Dang.
It's big. It's big right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. So from the age of, I probably started at age of 4, and ever since then, I mean, once she showed me the basics, make sure you being a point guard, you're always gonna have to have a left hand. You're always gonna have to be able to handle the ball, mid range, 3-point shot. After that, I just took off with it, man.
You said your mom was hooping. Like, did your big cousins hoop? Did your aunties? Did your other aunties hoop? Uncles hoop? Does basketball run in the family? Because if she started off, I'm pretty sure she been through some wars. Back in the '70s and the '80s. Especially to get
Yeah,
to SMU.
yeah,
Especially during them times when she was going there, because
yeah,
SMU got their own little racial history, and
yeah,
so for
yeah.
a black woman to get a scholarship and to be up there balling, I'm pretty sure she had to go through some things.
Yeah, on my mom's side, everybody from my grandma on down, everybody played basketball.
Grandma used to hoop too.
Yeah, that's way back when they had 3 people on defense, 3 people on offense. That's how far back she played. So it started right there, and it just took. My uncles played, but as far as making it D1, my mom was the first one out of the whole like to play Division 1 that I could actually see. So that's why I gravitated more to her. Like my uncle, your uncle always pick you up. Let's go to the gym. Let's do this. But
Right.
as you
Mm-hmm.
get older, you're like, oh man, you ain't play at the high school. Oh, how you gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Right. How you
So
gonna tell me what to do?
yeah, so
Exactly.
that's how that ended up working out.
That's good to hear. My question to you is, was your mom playing basketball? Like, what high school did she go to?
She played at SOC.
Mm,
Ooh.
She played with Dennis Rodman's sisters.
mm.
What?
Yeah. They went to state all 4 years.
She got
Yeah,
4 rings.
yeah. She got 4 rings.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Is she in the
So
book? I mean,
yeah. Well, they since they built the new school, I don't know how they because their pictures was all on the wall at the old
Mhm.
school. I haven't been in the new school, so I don't know how the new school looked. But yeah, that was a pretty big deal back then, man.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. Your mom came up right in the thick of things, man. And so as you're coming up playing ball, and as 4 years old, first grade, second, third, elementary, are you kind of learning about this kind of as you're going up and people saying, oh, you little, you young Jones, you little Dandrick, you such and such. Are you starting to figure out, okay, hold on, my mama kind of a big deal. This is kind of serious.
And I couldn't escape it, man. Everywhere you
Okay.
went, your mom this, your mom that, man. You gonna be like your mom, you gonna be like your mom. And that's what actually drove me, man, to make me like, I got to be better than her. I can't just
mm,
let my mom show me up like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. They definitely let me hear about it around the neighborhood from the time I started playing. They let me know about it.
what's some of the things that she kind of put you on early? Like you said, she gave you the fundamentals. But what's one thing that you say that kind of made your game a little more different than the other kids that you were playing against?
Now the two biggest things I think she did, it'll be times, man, where she'll take my. She used to have these little strings. She'll put my right hand behind my back,
Damn.
so you can go outside, play, do whatever you're gonna do. But whatever you got to do, you're gonna do it with your left hand.
Damn.
Always with your left hand. So I did that for about 2, 3 weekends straight. Then another thing I think that separated me was defensively. Like she was big on defense. She didn't care about. I don't care if you scored 30. If that dude had 20, 15 to 20 points, you ain't did nothing tonight. Don't even tell me about it. So
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
me having those two things and still didn't. I was way ahead of the curve because you got to think kids from the age of 4 to 10. Just think about how many kids that right-handed kids just going left easily, left-hand layups. I mean, doing everything. Can play a whole game left-handed if you really wanted me to back then. But I think that's what put me ahead of them. Being able to go left and knowing defensively early.
When you were like in grade school, when did you get turned on to AAU? Like, did your mom turn you on to AAU? Was you always playing rec league, or
Yeah.
how did that transition go into competitive basketball?
See back then in the Oak Cliff area, it wasn't no AAU teams like that. So that's why I
Okay,
say my mom helped me out a lot, man. I was like in third or fourth grade. I went to this tryout. I ended up playing the first team I played on that was a year older than me. Like that's another thing. I always played up
played up.
until I got to like seventh, eighth grade. That's when I started playing my age. But from about third to fifth grade, I played up on this team. These guys from Highland Park. It was me and my childhood friend Eric. We was the only two black dudes on the team. It was predominantly
Yeah,
white team. So
of course.
we played AAU with them, and that's when I first got to travel. We went to Salt Lake City, Utah. We went to Memphis for AAU Nationals. And once I seen that, I was like, man, you couldn't. I was like a kid at a candy store. Then I'm like, man, let's go. Whatever. I seen what basketball can do, where you can go. I'm seeing all these players. Once I seen, I'm gonna tell you a story. Once we was in the Memphis Nationals, and I
Okay.
know Chris, you probably know this name. Once I seen Scooter McFadden play,
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
I was like in fourth or fifth grade, and I was like, okay, yeah, this basketball stuff is real. You can do some. I feel I can do something with this.
I know Scoop. In fact,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to see if I can get him on here. But yeah, I definitely know Scoop Man fan for sure.
yeah.
He actually out here in Dallas, so yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. He live out here now.
He actually out here in Dallas, so yeah.
Okay, okay.
Well, I was gonna ask you. So you seeing the competition? Like, so what was you? So as you seen the competition, what did you have to do to prepare yourself to be one of the best, like amongst the leaders? Like, what did you see that you had to do different? Like, hey, I want
See,
to be the best. What do I need to
uh,
do to turn my game around?
in the early stages, I was playing up, so everybody was bigger than me. So it was more like I was just facilitating. Let me see, can I get 10 assists this game? Let me see how many steals I can get this game. But once I went back to my age group, I was just like, man, I'm finna get a triple double every game. I'm finna dominate these dudes. That was just my mind frame. It was always I like the score, but I still wanna
We'll get people involved.
exactly, exactly. Get people involved, get in the passing lanes, get a dunk. That was just,
You like to do it all.
do it all around.
Mm-hmm. 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 That takes being in shape. That's what kids don't understand. You got to be in shape to get
Exactly.
50 and 10 and 6. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You shoot 30 shots. That's a lot of shots.
That's a lot of shots. A
You know what
lot
I'm
of
saying? Then you
shots.
got to play D. Then you got to rebound. Then you got to get up and down the court, man. It don't just happen like that. You know, it comes in so many ways, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're
I
right
am
about that.
yeah, and so like I'm really interested though, bro, because you came up in the Cliff. We all got our start in the Cliff. When I first moved down here, man, I lived right there, Holly Hills Road, right there in the Brown. You feel?
Yeah.
Ain't know where the hell I was at. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Two
right.
Yeah.
bedroom, $500 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Living ghetto fabulous. You feel me? And I love the Cliff. I plan on going back to the Cliff eventually. But coming up when the Cliff was, before First 48, the reason why First 48 was there because of that time, you feel me? And so
Yeah.
what was it like having those distractions, but at the same time having your mom right there trying to keep you on the straight and narrow?
I mean, man, basically, I was shielded from all the outside stuff. Like, I
Mm,
stayed right in the thick of it, but I never got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm outside, you got to be back in when the street lights come on. You
Yeah.
can't be after school, you know your homework now. With you can't, ain't no going outside. And plus, she's been a high school coach since I was about in first grade. So once I leave my school, I got to go to her school because she got practice. So it really wasn't nothing. That's what really kept me distracted all the way up to. I mean, where the later stages, you know how it is when you get older and you try to
Right.
experiment and stuff. But
Right.
coming up, I was distracted from all that, man. I seen it all. I mean, but I never indulged in none of that stuff though.
And see, Jones, what a lot of kids don't understand is you gotta have structure. The structure is what's gonna take you
That's the
to the
key.
next level.
That's the key. Structure.
When you get to college, it's structured. Everything is structured out to like what you're gonna do, how you gonna do it, what time you gonna do it. So that's very important. I'm glad you said that. Hey, had guidelines. I had to go by some rules and guidelines so I could be on a certain path, on a certain level to be different than everyone else, because that's what it takes.
Exactly. You gotta have that.
Very much. I mean, like they say, an idle mind is a devil's playground.
Exactly.
And when kids is outside just not doing nothing in school, I mean, school get out at 3. Your mama don't get off till 5. Most kids, and then it's just like, what do you do for those 2 hours? You go
Exactly.
steal, you go over baby girl house and experiment. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get bored and want
Yep.
to go to the store, and I ain't got no money. You ain't got. We gonna snatch a run. All of a sudden, the police is coming. All of a sudden, we got a record. And so,
Exactly.
I think the way your mom did it was, as we mature and we growing to be men, you don't know what you don't know. And now that we do know, it's good to kind of keep kids active and busy and always into something. It's never too much because ain't nothing else to do but that other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And at that time I was playing basketball, but you gotta understand I'm playing football, I'm running track, I'm playing
Okay.
soccer. So I was always active. You ain't got time to do nothing, man. You finna be in these sports and these books, either or.
So talk about middle school. When you said you grade school, talk about middle school basketball, maybe your 8th grade year. Tell me like what
Right before you went to high school. Yeah.
how did that go for you?
So what's crazy? Okay, my 7th grade year, I went to Hussey Middle School.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 8th grade come, I was at Hussey. I played football at Hussey, but like I said, when you get older, you get to trying stuff. I'm hanging out with my cousins every day. They getting in trouble, so I end up changing schools. Now, mind you, at the time in 8th grade, I'm about like top 10 in the whole nation.
Mm-hmm.
I played 3 games my 8th grade year, man. We won the city, but I only played 3 games for school basketball in 8th grade. That was
Wow.
it. And most of the guys on my team in the 8th grade was really football guys. I was the only really stone cold hooper, yeah. But now my 7th grade team, it was me and Andre Emmett in the backcourt when I was in 7th grade. That team was, yeah, that was my guy, man. We came up together.
Y'all in the same grade, you and Emmett?
He a year older than me.
He's a year older than you.
Yeah.
So
then,
go ahead, Sirius. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
So did you guys ever play on the same AAU team together, or was it just middle school? Or
Nah, that AAU thing, they go back to like around my time. It really in the area, it wasn't really none. And the teams I'm playing for, they from Mansville, they on out. So the people that's in the cliff, they really didn't know about it. They got an AAU team around my 10th, 11th grade year, but by the end I was already on a whole other level. So I didn't play with on my team. I'll tell you my AAU team, my last year, it was me. You heard of Brian Hopkins, Bracy Wright,
Bracy Wright,
Keith Langford.
They sound from here.
And
he went to Kansas, didn't
he? Yeah, he went to Kansas. And Jason Maxell, he went to Cincinnati, played for the Pistons.
Jason Maxell?
Yeah, that was a core. That was a core of my AAU team. We played together from all through high school.
Talk about some of them battles with Andre Emmett, man. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go to Carter if that was your man, because him went to Carter, didn't he?
Yeah, see the Carter situation, I was supposed to go,
Shit, here we
but
go.
Coach Wright, the coach, the year I was coming in, he left and got an assistant coaching job at Texas, University of Texas.
Oh.
So it was up in the area where I was going for like it was either Lancaster, Kimball, Skyline. I ended up at Kimball though, which worked out for the best though. But the battles with Dre, man, it was we played Carter 3-4 times a year, every year. And you could see the progress because 8th and 9th grade early, he was just a slasher, not scoring. But as we got older, he worked on his game, man. It was by the time he got to the senior year, man, we couldn't do nothing with him, man. It was hell of a player, man.
Man. Talk about your freshman year going into high school. Like you said, you go to Kimball. Like, tell us what was your deciding factor in going to Kimball?
Especially that because did you play 8th grade summer AAU going into high school?
Yeah, I played summer.
You played summer, but for the school year, you had kind of pushed that to the side a little bit.
Yeah, for the school year, I only played 3 games for the school year, but for the summer, I played.
Did you play AAU during 8th grade? During the 8th grade,
yeah.
like year, you did? Okay, you spoke. Okay, you focused on the AAU side. Yeah. School.
See what happened in what was that 7th grade summer? We had a good run at that. We was the first at the Walt Disney Complex. We was the first people playing it to break it in, and I had a good summer.
The national 8th grade nationals.
Yeah. And I had we made it all the way to the Sweet 16, and once I got wind of that, that's when you start hearing about the rankings. Y'all probably don't remember a Hoop Scoop. That's a little bit before y'all time when Hoop Scoop.
I remember Hoop Scoop.
I'm saying my name on Hoop Scoop, so I'm like, man, I'm really ain't tripping on this school 8th grade, but I'm just waiting for high school, man.
And since you played, bro, you played with some people. So I mean, you played with some cats. I mean, including yourself, bro. And so like, you dig what I'm saying? And so like, what's the biggest difference? I see you coaching now. We definitely gonna get to that. But since I played at a decent level too, AAU, right? It's elite. It was really elite back then. So like, what say you the difference between now and what it was back then when you guys had that stacked ass team?
See, now it's all about they just care about the shoes, the bags, what uniforms we got. Am I on the circuit? If not, man, when we started out, we didn't have no deal, man. We had one uniform. We had to work, and I say like the difference is we had to work to get the shoes. These kids now they already got them, so they feel like they don't have to work. And if you don't give it to them, I ain't gonna play for you. You ain't giving me this. You're not giving me that.
That's so crazy that you say that because you back then without all that you didn't have no expectation but to just ball your ass off.
That's all we had was our reputation.
That's Team all Texas. You had was your rep.
Yep, that was the name of my team, Team Texas. That's all we had.
Oh, you was Team Texas?
Yeah, and the way we got that, we was the Wolverines at first, and my team was good. So he was like, I'm gonna sponsor y'all. And that's how we became Team Texas. And that's how the deal came when all that played about. But before then, we not knowing nothing about no deal. We not knowing nothing about that. We just playing.
Right.
You just wanted to be the best in the state, blow cats out by 30, win by 50. We all sitting down by halftime. And of course you want to travel. But I mean, besides the travel part, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now these kids, y'all got media. Y'all gonna blow me up on social media. Y'all got a web page. Like that, what are you talking about?
Coach, can I play with my mic? I want to play with my mic, Coach. I want them to hear me.
Exactly.
Is that what they
Exactly.
They want you to content.
They want to film the game. They want all that, man. I'm telling you.
You know what, bro? Now that you put it like that, because I came up in them times too, that stuff takes away from the game.
It takes totally away from the game because you worry about the wrong thing.
You worry about the wrong things.
Exactly.
That's
why, like me personally, if it's not like if I had a son, like I got a daughter, but if I had a son and it's not like one of the guys that I know, like grew up with, or I know they're serious about the game, I wouldn't even let my son play AAU no more, man.
Yeah.
And I'm an AAU coach, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't even the way it is now. We'll just work out, go to little
Yeah.
camps, and just play school ball, man. Because the AAU stuff, it's crazy now, man.
Yeah. It's you don't want to say it's watered down, but it almost is watered down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get to fly now. You know, we flew one time and it was to Atlanta. They see everywhere else, we finna get on their van and make it happen. You know.
I mean, even with EYBL, you still have to come out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And you still have to go to these tournaments.
And that's another thing I be trying to explain to them. I mean, how if you really sponsor, how you coming out of your pocket? You see what I'm saying?
Right. They don't come. Yeah, they not coming out their pocket. Them
Nah,
big,
the main teams, they not
they getting
exactly.
their stipend for the summer. They pocket
Exactly.
this, and they going to where they going. So, but yeah,
And that's what I try to explain to them. If you're not playing 17U
Yeah.
on the EYBL team, even if you're
Yeah.
on the EYBL 16, 15, however age group, you're paying for those 17U players.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's how that works. I mean,
Nine,
listen.
Yeah,
younger teams that get a chance to get the nine to a certain extent.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you young, the younger team, they just represent the brand.
Yeah,
Trying to hoping you stay in the program because they making you pay, they taking your money, but they putting that to the big team. It's crazy out here, man.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And so going into high school, and so how was it? Because at an eighth, because what I got my own story, but coming out of eighth grade and coming back from nationals, that's what everybody figures out what high school they're going to. And so, how did you make that decision? How did you come to that decision to go to Kimball?
See, for me, all through eighth grade, I used to go to the Kimball Carter game, and the Kimball Kenya Moore was at Brian Elms at the time. So I used to go watch them play. So I didn't ever say nothing, but I knew it was gonna come down to Kimball and Carter, either or. So Kimball ended up going back to back state. So I'm like, they had a camp at this little gym called Beckley Center. I'm up there playing. Started out, I was playing with the eighth graders. So by the end of the camp, I'm playing with the varsity kids. But lo and behold, I'm not knowing the dude that's coaching me, which is Coach Snoop. He is assistant coach at Kimball. So the whole camp, he just talking. He said he's steady showing me his rings. Hey man, you can come get one of these. By the end of that camp, man, I told my mom, I'm going to Kimball. And that's how I ended up there. I walked up there. But the first year, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was his dad was still coaching. And this dude was old school. Let me tell you how he coached Ricky Pierce and Mookie Blaylock in high schools. They tell you how old school he was. So
Mookie
his thing
Blaylock.
was, yeah, so his thing was, if you're gonna play, first of all, he didn't want me to play varsity at first. So I played like five freshman games. I averaged like 40. He was like, nah, he can't play freshman no more. Let's move him up. So when he moved me up, it was so hard playing for him at first because he'll put you in, but a point guard to him, we're gonna run the show. If you get an open three, take it, but you're not gonna initiate nothing. So that first year, it was we lost in the game before the state championship, but it was just hard playing for him. Once he retired after my freshman year and my sophomore year, like on that picture right there, that's when it took off. Then it was
this was sophomore year.
Yeah, that was sophomore year right there. That's when it was, man, we had a hell of a team too. It was me, Quentin Ross, he played in the league.
Sound familiar?
We had
Q Ross for
Q
sure.
Ross. We had a guy Lonnie Gusters, Big Chris. He played overseas for a long time. But we had a nice squad, man. But we lost to Duncanville in the state championship, man.
Those experiences, man, never leave you. And like back then, that stuff was like such a natural high.
Man,
you know, going to state, being on the court, going about 1,000 miles per hour, not being tired. You know what I'm saying? and just being in shape through that long season, and then just being on that stage in front of those big people, in front of all those people, that's something that you never really forget.
Yeah, that was my sophomore year, man. I think if every game we played was standing room only.
Before we get too deep, now you said your mama went to SOC. Now
Yep.
you said you called her and said, "Mom, I'm going to Kimball." Now did she have a problem with it? Like, did she like, man, I don't know, like.
Nah, because at the time, soccer was, man, they wasn't that good at basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if I would have win, I could have changed it, but I just wasn't. I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna go over here. They rolling over here. I'm gonna go over here. See, can I keep this going? And I want to be different because you remember, that's all I hear.
Right.
Your mom, your mom, your mom, your mom. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna
Right.
go over here and try to do something different.
Okay, guess. But that's all I want. That's all I want to know, because sometimes, like your family went here, and then you going here,
Yeah. Now the neighborhood, the Soccer Club neighborhood, they didn't. It was like, man, you supposed to be over here, man. Your whole family here. But
right. That's what I'm saying. I know you got some type of backlash.
yeah, I got that, man. Especially like my freshman and sophomore year at Kimball, we regional championship. We lost in the state championship the next year. But my last 2 years, I mean, I played with AC, but he was young. But everybody that I turned down or like sock, they beat us one time that year. You best believe it. They let me hear about it.
That's when they had that old gym.
Yeah.
Oh snap! I think we lost Jones.
Nah, I think there you go.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So what was the scene like in like the 90s and the early 2000s, like back when you was playing? Like, is it jumping now? Was it more star power back? It sounded like it was more star power back then.
Yeah, it was more star power back then, man. It was because it was more spread out. Like now, you got guys like, okay, let's take for instance, take me and Andre Emmett. We could have teamed up if we wanted to. But we was like, nah, you gonna do your thing. I'm finna go over here and do my thing. And that's what I think the difference is now. Like they want to team up now. Back then, it was like, nah, that's your neighborhood. It's my neighborhood. Let's go. Let's go at it.
Yeah.
And it was more. I feel it was more competitive. It's like now it ain't too. When I go to high school games, it's hard for me to. It ain't.
They buddies.
They too cool out there. They too cool out there.
Yeah, they're too cool
out there. Yeah, they too cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we had guys that I played AAU with, but when we play school ball, man, I don't. Yeah, I'm not shaking your hand. I'm not doing none of that, man. None of that.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. You said your first year in high school, your high school coach was hard. Tell us how you handled it, because a lot of kids nowadays, they get a hard coach. They tell their mama on them, I'm ready to leave. I want to go here. I want to go here play with my friend. Like talk about that.
See, at first,
how you deal with it?
I was man. The first thing I want, man, I'm getting out of here. I want to transfer. But I had a teacher, man, at Kimball. We used to talk all the time. And he always used to tell me, he was like, man, if something easy in life, it ain't gonna be worth it.
Word.
If it's hard,
word,
it'll be worth it in the end.
Word.
And as the season went on, I figured out like, yeah, he gonna yell, talk crazy to me, but as long as I'm producing out here, he gonna keep me out here. So once I figured that out, it was easy, and that helped me in college as well, though, because I already, how once you get to college, that's a culture shock. Most kids dealing with them coaches.
It's a shake up.
Yeah, so I was already kind of lightweight prepared for it.
Yeah, my high school coach used to say, "Don't listen to how I say it. Listen to the message."
Exactly.
That's a good one, C. Russ. Like
exactly.
That's a good one right there, my boy. But
that's a fact. And then he also used to say like, "Shit, listen, whenever I stop talking to you, that's what you need to be. That's what you need to be worried when I stop
That's
yelling at
what. That's the big thing. Yeah, when a coach stop yelling at you, getting on you, you know you're on your way to that bench, son.
You're on your way to the bed.
You're on your way to the bench.
Because you might do that, right? Like, oh, look, buddy, Mr. Shaw, like, all right, next play. Like, we ain't gonna worry about you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, man. No, that's real talk, man. And that stuff helped turn you to a man.
Yeah,
you know
it
what
did.
I mean? Having that hard coaching, having somebody constantly on your ass, or constantly, critiquing you, making constructive criticism, making you better, calling you out in front of people, making you stand on who you are and what you're doing, and face with that adversity, every other day or every other practice, it's either you're gonna ball till you fall or you're gonna barbecue or mildew. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And this was wrong with a lot of kids nowadays. Like their parents are softening them up. They treating them like stars. They, my parents didn't bring me Gatorade to the games. I think I drank just water like everyone else. Just it's the little things that they're getting that they're spoiling them. Like, you gonna wear the shoes than everyone else. Nah, wear what everyone else wearing. Like, be the team. Be a good team player. Like.
Right.
It's a lot in the game right now. It's not a lot. Team, don't get me wrong. They are coming to see your individual skills, but it's still a team sport within those individual skills, though. So
exactly.
Talk about something like you say 10th grade, you're moving, you understand the game. Talk about something like how you start getting recruited. Like,
well, I got my first letter with 9th grade, University of New Mexico.
So
9th grade?
Yeah, so by 10th grade, man, I remember we was playing Duncanville and spread. And once I seen Billy Donovan at the game, I'm thinking, he probably there watching Q, these seniors learning, he watching some of them. Once he talked to coach at the game, the coach said, he was there for you. That's man. So that recruiting stuff, that was by my sophomore year, it was crazy already. It was, man, I couldn't even. It was to the point.
Freshman year, getting the Division I letter, and then your mom being right there, like, yeah, man, that keep you locked in, bro.
Yeah, so it was
right there. They speak about the program, about the school that you went to itself, though. Like the culture, the hoop culture that you guys had.
Yeah, the hoop dog, man. What is that all about, man? I got a little bit of wind of that, man. Go ahead and dive into that a little bit.
Once you're a hoop dog, man, you're a hoop dog for life, man. It go back from my pops played at Kimball in the 80s.
Oh, damn.
So it's and the tradition's still going. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I'm trying to see what can I compare it to, man. I don't know. Like football at the U or something. You can compare it to something like that. Yeah, it's real big. And like most schools, the tradition by decades, say if you played in 2011, you might not know nothing about this guy from 1999, but the thing about Kimball, I don't care if you was the man in 89 and I'm the man in 2001, we know each other.
Right.
So that's why it's real big, man. It's real big.
It's not like that. It's not like that all around the city, though.
Nah. It's not.
Other. See, in the 206 in Seattle, it's kind of like under that one umbrella. You're probably aware. But but I'm surprised they say it's like that at Kimball. But it's not like that everywhere else. I'm just surprised. That didn't spread throughout. That wasn't continued.
I think SOC, they tradition kind of like that. But it's not like you say, it's not a lot of schools like that. It's because you got to look at it like, okay, let's take Duncanville for instance.
Right.
They don't have kids that go there for 4 years. You got a kid.
They're neighborhood kids.
Yeah, you got like the Anthony Black kid. He went there 1 year, man. They getting kids for 1 to 2 years, so it's hard to be a tradition out of kids that's 1 or 2 years because they haven't been to their school that long. They don't. I just came here to win a state championship and leave. I don't care about this school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to say something because when I got here, Julius Randle was the guy at he went to Lincoln, right?
No.
Nah, he went to Prestonwood. Playing on Prestonwood.
Time out. He went to Lincoln freshman year, or he was supposed to. He went to Lincoln at some point in time. I'll pull it up right now.
Okay.
And so, but they pulled him out of Lincoln. It took him to the Plano East or whatever he went.
Yeah.
How detrimental is that to the city, to the community? Because your high school is purely jumping because y'all had a good bat. So the prep rallies is jumping, right? The games is jumping. The day after the game is jumping. Y'all going to state the whole week. Y'all leaving class early. You feel what I'm saying? To get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Neighborhood crazy, right? And so I can imagine like a person like Nate Robb, right? He went to Rainier Beach. A person like him being plucked out the city and then going to someplace suburban.
Let me tell you though, like, okay, just like in Rainier Beach or even in Memphis, where kids from, we all know the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And some kids, they might can be good at basketball, but the atmosphere, it's too much for some of them kids, man.
Yeah.
It's a little too. Cause I'm not gonna lie. My first day at Kimball, I go in the bathroom. These dudes shooting dice. These dudes smoking.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be. Some people see that and they tell their parents, they're like, "Hell no, you're not gonna go to school here."
Yeah. See, now you
so
talking. Yeah.
That's why I think some kids, it don't be the basketball aspect. It be the atmosphere they in, and that's what's the problem at the schools now in the inner city now. That's why nobody really. It's the atmosphere.
Hey, and it's crazy that you say that because I was an assistant coach at Lincoln. You see these kids come in as babies, 8th grade, some going into the 9th grade year, and then you see the change. You see how I'm talking about these good kids, probably normal basic kids, and then they there for a year. And you see the change. They talking different and I'm this and that, and you know, you seeing it, the atmosphere. They walk the halls, they girls, you know, it's just a lot of little things that change, you know. But you're right, the atmosphere. I got a student now, a player last year. He's somewhere in Carrollton right now. He like, Coach, I want to go back to Lincoln. I want to go back. I'm like, nah, this is good for you. You need change. You need a different environment. And so I definitely get what you're saying. Like, don't be a part of what you are. Like, I mean, be a part of it, represent it in a good way somewhere else. But change is always good. Like, you can get out though, for sure.
And a guy like Randall, because I was like, damn, like he's the heart and soul. Because you know, Chris Bosh went to Lincoln. And so like
he's not from South Dallas though.
Nah, he from Lancaster.
He not from there. He not from South Dallas.
See, that's the thing. See, Lincoln, they got that. I don't know if they still got it, but back when we was, they had a magnet program.
Yeah, they still got the magnet program.
You can stay in fucking Frisco, if you want to, and go to Lincoln.
Okay, so he wasn't really from that area in the first place.
Wow. And, you know, because I think he actually is from Plano. So just imagine you've been growing up in Plano, and your freshman year you walk into South Dallas. You go to Lincoln High School.
Oh, you know what? That probably is what happened. That probably is what happened. You know, I had a coach, somebody like that brought him down there.
He might be from Lancaster, though. He might be from Lancaster, though, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Chris Bosh from Lancaster.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Chris
Bosh from Lancaster.
Yeah. Okay, Bosh from Lancaster. Yeah, but I just remember the whole Randall situation. How he was at Lincoln, like the hood, like savior. Then he got plucked out. I was just like, damn, like that's cold because
LeBron Nash though. LeBron Nash.
And see, that's another.
There you
go. He's a South Dallas product. You know what I'm saying?
And see, think about it, like you said, think about if they would have plucked him out, put him somewhere else.
Yeah,
We don't know what he could have, he was already good. So just being able to have more and people giving you more of an opportunity and putting you in them different rooms and different lights is amazing. What the game of basketball can really do for you if you take the right path.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's fact. So the first letter was definitely from New Mexico, and so that got you inspired to keep going.
Yeah, that inspired me, man. But I want to go to Syracuse so bad, man.
Ooh, Jim
That's all.
Boeheim,
I want to go to Syracuse so
play
bad.
that zone.
Play that zone. And I like how it seemed like Syracuse, that ain't no offense, man. Just pass and cut. If you get going, I want to go there bad. So the whole time, I'm getting letters from everywhere. But I'm just waiting on that one letter, man. I'm waiting on that
Yeah,
one letter.
yeah. Syracuse was fire too because they had,
Man.
I think Akeem Ward had went there. Of course, Melo went there.
And my whole thing was you get to play in front of 30,000 people.
In
Man.
that stadium.
Yes,
You can't beat that, man. You can't beat. And it seemed like back then, every Monday, every Saturday, they on ESPN. You
Mm-hmm.
can't. It was like the Big East. Every Big Monday, Super Tuesday, the Big East is on there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So talk about how you end up making your college decision. Like, talk about the steps. Tell us how you narrowed it down to your top three. Tell us how you narrowed it down to your top three.
Well, coming out of Kimball, I had I signed with Baylor. I narrowed it down to it was Baylor, Texas Tech, and Colorado State. See, at Tech, Dre was already there. He was a year ahead of me, and Bob Knight had got the job. So, I mean, my mom, she wanted me to, but you know me, I was sketching that line like Bob Knight, man, that's gonna be kind of hard.
You're right.
And then at Colorado State, he the head coach at A&M now, Buzz Williams. He was assistant. I was real cool with him, but the thing that sealed with Baylor, the assistant coach, he went to SMU with my mom. They was like fucking cool. So the whole time, and that's the same staff that was at New Mexico. So after they left New Mexico and went to Baylor, they was always there. So I mean, I signed with Baylor before the start of the senior season.
Because you was already good, and then it's like, well, shit. How important is that, man? Because back in the day, we called it politics, but I mean, as politics.
My thing was everybody like the kids now they put up my likes or I got an offer this. So my thing, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got tired of answering the phone. I got tired of talking to this person. I'm like, man, I'm not in the back of my head. Like, man, I know I'm not going to your school. I don't want to be rude, so I'm gonna listen to you. Right. So I got tired of that process. So when I narrowed it down to those three, I'm thinking people gonna fall back, but they still kept coming. So that's why I'm like, man, I'm just gonna get this over with. And I signed. If I could do it over, I would have waited to the end of the season, but I signed, man, and that's how it happened. But what happened after I signed, me being young and naive, I was going to school, but I wasn't going to school. Right. So all I'm thinking is I passed my ACT already, so I signed. I'm good. Finish this senior year out. I'm going to Waco. Man, it come all the way around. I think it got to like June. It was right after graduation. I got a big packet from the NCAA. My class GPA didn't level out with my test scores. So I went back and forth with the NCAA all the way up to about August. So that's how I ended up going to JUCO after that. I went to JUCO in Kansas, Garden City, Kansas, my freshman year. Then I went to JUCO in Trinidad, Colorado, my sophomore year. And then leaving JUCO, it was out of Idaho and New Mexico State. I went to Idaho, man, because I took a visit up there. But on my visit, it was Greek week, a Black Greek week. So
Ooh.
it's like 10,000 people from Seattle in fucking Moscow, Idaho. So I'm like, man, yeah, I'm coming here. This is crazy. Not knowing,
Shelter, right.
not
Shelter.
knowing that it's only like that for that weekend. But that's how I ended up at Idaho, man. And then plus my coach, he played at Kimball. He was a hoop dog.
Oh,
He was
nice.
from the neighborhood. He was a head
Nice.
coach. So I said, I'm gonna give it a try. That's how I ended up there, man.
Hey, John, let's talk about how important them grades are.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's talk
Man,
about that because I know you was sad, upset when you got that
man,
package.
them grades is the biggest thing, man. See, me, I ain't never liked school, but it's important though, man, because it wasn't like it was. And the crazy part about it, it wasn't like it was a big difference. The difference was probably like 80. Your GPA need to be a 88, but your GPA is a 83. So I'm like, man, what is? But school, it's important now, man. It's real important, man. All the way up to the fact that even when you get to college, like I left school without. I got my associates, but I didn't stay to get my bachelor's. And still to this day, that's something that I'm working towards getting that bachelor's, man. Because that school is
Let's
at the
go.
time, like when you playing and it ain't important to you because you thinking like
Well, the man,
overseas, NBA. I'm the man. Ain't nothing gonna happen. But what happened to me, I got hurt, and that just that shook
Huh.
me up. But if I'd had that school background, I could have transitioned over real quick to something else real quick. But I didn't, man. So you gotta have an education, man.
I think that is the biggest thing that us as grown ass men can tell the next generation of hoopers. I mean, because they told us, "Hey, bro, go to class," but more than ever,
man.
like we have to get a quality education.
Yeah,
No, don't go to
have
college and
to.
take communications and PE and all this other shit. No, go to take cloud tech cloud security. Take
Exactly.
marketing and advancement commercial stuff. You know what I'm saying? Take something that's intricate and detailed, man, that'll make you some real life money. Take radioactive X-ray
Get you
radiologist class.
get
Yeah.
you a trade.
You,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what
Get
I'm
you a
saying?
trade. Get you a
Get,
trade, man. You
get
gotta
you a trade.
get you a trade. Because
You know,
even if you do make it at the max, you got about 10 years. Then what you gonna do?
facts.
Thanks.
Facts. And with this show, man, we kind of want that to be the narrative, like for the
Exactly.
little homies, because we can't, because just now, it's guys that going to Kansas but want to
Yeah.
transfer to Backwood, Montana, just so they can
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, bro,
See
you at
that?
Kansas,
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
school.
Exactly.
You right next to a doctor. You right next to the next marketing dude at
Uh,
the bank. Like, man, just chill. Just go to get your education. Hoop.
uh,
It ain't gonna be
and that
forever. Get your degree. Yeah.
and that's another thing, man. I don't. The NCAA messed things up with their transfer portal, and people be like, "Well, coaches get to do it." I said, "That's different. That's a job for them.
Right.
That they're actually paying you to go to this school, and you just bouncing school to school to school. That's all. I'll be liking that, man. And like you said, like for instance, we had two kids that graduated from Kimball 2 years ago. One of them started at Clemson. One of them started at Texas. The one that started at Clemson, he's at Tulsa now, and the other one's at Kansas now. But why leave? You had two Power Five schools.
Yeah, I know
What's the
exactly.
bouncing around for?
Yeah.
That's what I don't. That's the only thing I don't be on.
No
I
one
don't
wants to
like it, man.
no more though.
And
No
that's
one
the thing.
don't why wait? What I'm waiting for? I'm ready
Yeah.
now. What
And
I
then
need
how I tell them though, that's the same mentality they have. Why wait? I said if you gotta wait, yeah, that coach obviously think you don't have it, so you need to wait. Then it's a reason why. It's the reason why he got you in waiting. It's a
but
process.
they kid don't understand the patience
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well, they don't understand the patience, but it's like, okay, how do I persevere through this?
yeah, that too. It's a lesson in it too as well. When you have to sit and wait, you have to watch.
Yeah.
You having to,
And then it's
and
like, okay, I'm waiting. I need to make it so that I'm not waiting anymore. Hey, coach, what do I need to do so I'm not waiting no more?
Exactly.
Instead
I
of
give
getting
them,
that question answered, they rather just go somewhere else and say,
I
"Fuck you,
give them,
tripping, coach."
like the kids that I coach, I tell them my story. When I left, I was All American in JUCO,
Yeah.
averaging 30 points. I got to Idaho my junior year. I was starting the first 5 games.
Mm.
I get into it with the coach. I don't start no more that season. This never happened to me in my life. I'm 21 years old now. Just like, and I asked the kids, I said, "What you think I did?" "Oh, I know you transferred, coach." "No, I didn't. I stayed." Came back the next year, all Big West, led the conference in scoring,
There you go.
steals.
There you go.
You got to persevere. It ain't nothing but a look. If I were to transfer, and then back then, you transfer, you got to sit out a year. You
right.
got to wait. Nah, I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show this coach, man.
Right.
You got you one right here.
But they're not doing that no
Nah,
more.
they ain't doing that no more. That's over with.
You can nip
That's
that
over
in
with.
like you can nip that
That's
in.
over with.
I'm out of here.
Once you tell them to turn over to the second team, by the time they get back to the dorm rooms, they in the transfer portal, man. They in the transfer portal.
Yeah,
They've been on scout team for 3 practices. They're ready to go. Like, oh man, he
They
tripping, man.
they gone. They gone. They gone. You see Dion, he made a whole team of transfer portal kids.
Now he did. He did. But some of them kids he asked for, some of them kids they wanted to go there.
Exactly.
And some of them kids did just need a fresh start.
Yeah.
You know?
sometimes you do just need a fresh start depending on the situation, but it can't be a habit though. Like someone told me one time, I'll never forget, "Hey, Mr. Chenault, you quit now, you're gonna be a quitter for life." And sure enough, I started quitting. Just started quitting. Just made that habit of just not finishing or what I started. So yeah, I feel you. I don't know about just starting and quitting like that though, but that's what's going on right now in the game, in the basketball game.
And really everybody not come from that cloth. And we talked to Star about this. AAU and high level basketball really ain't for everybody.
Nah. And that's what I got it. Like I coach like 7th and 8th graders, AAU.
Mm-hmm.
And I be having to explain to the parents, "Oh, well, they'll come to you after the game. My son played this, man, bro." So I say, "Ma'am, do you want to win or you just want to see your son play? Because if you want to just see your son play, you might need to go to another team because we're here to win and get the kids. But it's not just about playing time. It's not the YMCA no more."
No,
they don't understand it though.
No, they don't understand it. They don't understand it at all.
They don't understand it. It's really a business as far as like, I want to win. Like, and this is a winning thing. Like, it's not like you said, the YMCA, the church league, where everybody gotta get a chance to play. Nah, if your kids on a team, maybe we see something in them, and maybe he can develop into some. We can work with him a little bit. Maybe get some playing time later on down the line. But parents don't want to hear that now.
And that's another difference from back when I played AAU to now. It seemed like the parents then, they knew like, I'm not going to take my son over there to play with them. He ain't going to play. We're going to go play over here at this church league so he can play. But see, now it's just, oh, the lady across the street, her son playing, oh, let's take him over there so my son can do it. And then I realized it don't work like that.
Or I got money to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. That's the big thing. The money. They feel like they got some money to pay for it. They put money into it. You got to do this. You got to do that for the kid. But you ain't know if this kid even really want to play ball.
Right.
That and then the parent didn't play. And like you were saying with your team, man, boy, the parent played, and then their kid is actually really good. So they just kind of going with the flow. Now it's just all these parents that ain't never ever been involved or never ever played. And Mr. Short Fat Daddy that got the pockets, he want his son to play. And all of a sudden he walk into the real life age, you like, oh, this what's going on.
Man, you so right about that, man. Because you got parents that, I mean, they ain't never played no sport, but they on the kid tough. They putting all this into it. And I just ask like, hey man, where you play at? Oh, I didn't play. I don't say much on. I just be like, oh, okay, sir. I just keep it going. Like, man, but you put this pressure on this kid to do something that you ain't never did.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's the expectations is out the yin yang. I think it will correct itself eventually, with conversations like this and with the new rules, especially with kids being able to go out of high school and with the different leagues, man. I think it'll start to correct itself eventually, man. Are you glad that was it easier back then, or do you think it's easier now to kind of get to where you need to go as far as Division I and playing professional basketball?
I think it was easier back then, man. Because it's hard on a high school senior right now. If you look at it, if you not on the radar, have been on the radar, you're going to end up at like for instance, the kid at Kimball last year, state MVP, averaged like 25, 8, 8. He ended up at McNeese State. You know what I'm saying? In a regular year, you the state MVP, 5A state. You finna go to Texas. You finna go to KU, something like that. So I think
Oklahoma State, and something like that. Yeah.
So that between that transfer portal, man, it's messing it up. And then now
they're not recruiting right now.
Nah, they ain't doing no recruiting. They just waiting for people to go into the portal. And so that make it hard on them high school seniors. So I think it's harder now, bro. And then for the kids that them top level kids, them top 10, them top 20 kids, them kids ain't going to college no more like that, man.
Nah.
They got too many options. You got the overtime elite, you got the G League elite. So why I'm gonna go to college and get a fake NIL that I don't really get the money? That's another thing they're not telling these kids. Or just go to the G League and really get my money.
They're not getting the money?
Nah, the NIL, man, it's so many stipulations and stuff on that, man. It's crazy, man. I done seen it. And it's like, yeah, you saying this is value. He got a Porsche deal, he got this. This kid ain't even got a car though. So how's he getting it? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It don't add up. That's
people are confused with the NIL, man. Like
I'm still confused with it. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm thinking like how you guys thinking. Like
and then they put stipulations on it. So if you say if you playing at SMU and it's a Nike school.
Okay.
But Adidas want to use your name, image, and likeness. Well, SMU's not gonna do it because you at a Nike school. So that's my whole thing is how can you tell me, how can you put stipulations on the NIL if they want to use my name, image, and likeness? I thought that was the whole point of them putting it in, but it's different little stipulations on it, and I don't see how they really get the money though. Now, don't get me wrong though, it's some of them like what's the chick at LSU that won it? She getting some money. Caleb Williams at USC, the Heisman. He's getting money. He don't win these commercials. It's some getting some money.
But you have to be that type of person to get a bag.
Exactly. Right. You got to be on that top radar. Now, all the ones that saying they getting it, now they not getting it. It's only like a handful of them getting that money like that.
Yeah. I mean, Shedeur Sanders, of course, Tom Brady threw him a bag, but that boy laying that thing over the top of the defense.
Man.
He elite. He 1-on-1. So
he elite.
I can't wait for him. Not this week, but the next week when they play USC.
Oh yeah,
that game gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm tuned in for that for sure.
He win that game. He got the Heisman. He got it. It said his front step. He win that game.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. How was things at Idaho? Did you finish out all 4 years?
Well, I went there 2 years.
The last 2 years, did you finish out the last two?
I went there 2 years, man, and at my senior year when we lost in the conference tournament, the next month I left. I went to Italy. I ain't
Oh, you went
even.
pro.
Yeah, I ain't. It wasn't even no discussion. I mean, my senior year during the season, I'm talking to ages, everybody. I'm like, man, so this season, I'm getting out of here, man.
Mm-hmm. That's really how it worked. When you go high level like that, the agents will send you
Yeah,
DVDs. They'll send you
yeah,
pamphlets. Ain't no tryout, bitch. My man finna get me
cause
somewhere ASAP. Mm-hmm.
so when I went to Italy, it was already like March, April. So I caught the end of their season. And so it rolled on to, you know how they got the NBA Summer League. They had the Europe Summer League back then. So I stayed in Italy for like 4 or 5 months. And that's how I got my next deal to Sweden for the next season.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So it ain't even like I said earlier, I should have stayed and got that bachelor's, but you know, at the time how I'm thinking like I can leave, get money right now. I get back to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And usually I know for sure back then, these days though, when they give you that scholarship, they'll say, okay, you can come back and finish at any time you want for those
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, after I got hurt, I went back, but some different things happened, and it didn't work out how I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but they did honor their word because that was like what 4 years after I had left the school already. They still let me come back.
Oh, they let you come back and try to finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It
what's
was
up.
real cool about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, 4 years removed from college and then having to go back to Idaho to finish. Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably would have been like, yeah, get me back to the city real quick so I can figure something else
and
out.
that was the thing. I'm supposed to be in class, man. I'm in Seattle.
Kicking it.
But yeah, I'm in Spokane. And that was,
Mm-hmm.
This is distractions of life. People don't understand. Like, hey,
yeah, yeah,
distractions of life. Like when we see those guys that make it to the league, we don't understand how tunnel vision those
oh
guys
yeah,
be just to
yeah,
be able to get to their
yeah,
level. Because
yeah,
talk about college, you talk about playing on the D1 level, you talk about being on the West Coast. It's a lot going on on
yeah,
the West
yeah,
Coast if you from down
yeah,
south and
yeah,
you're not really you accustomed to their
yeah,
lifestyle. So you
yeah.
like you say, you get into things that, hey,
And
they
that was,
distract you from what you need to
yeah,
be doing.
yeah.
So
How was life as a pro? Did you feel like you made it? Are you finally content, or did that make you happy?
I could say my first 2 or 3 seasons over there, it was basically grind mode. I wasn't where I wanted to be. And when I finally got what I wanted to be, boom, I tore up every ligament in my knee, man.
mm,
So it was a cool 4 years though. But it wasn't when I finally got to top tour, that's when I got hurt. And over there, once you get hurt, man, I
adios.
holler, yeah,
You
I holler at you, man.
next man up.
But
What
what I should have
was that
did,
really business though? What did you really get hurt in like 2 weeks, a week later? Like, hey man, thanks.
well, see, I actually heard it with the team before then, but we was
Okay.
in the playoffs, and all they said was, it's just a sprain, you rested. So when I came back home, I just rested it for 2 weeks and went right back to working out. So when I went back to the season for training camp, that's when I tore it. And when I went to the doctor, he was like, "Man, your ACL had been tore. You just been turning ligaments up in it because you steady playing on it." And that's how it went. But I say the funniest country was, I like it Sweden the most. Sweden was fun, man.
Yeah.
It
Who
was cold, but
the
it was
Alps,
fun.
right? The Swedish Alps.
Yeah, yeah,
Sweden got some money over there.
yeah. It's a little money over there, man. It's a little money over there. It's just too cold though. That's what, man.
Oh yeah, it's
And I
freezing.
and then I had a cool American, man. It was I had a George Gervin's son, G. Gervin, was
Okay.
the other American with me. So that's what helped out.
Man, it sounds like you've had a pretty blessed hoop journey, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, man. I had to say it's been pretty good.
from your mom hooping to playing big time basketball at Kimball to of course having to go back JUCO, but I'm pretty sure JUCO's on a national JUCO scale. I'm sure, and then getting blessed to go back Division I and playing, and then right soon after that going overseas, like
it's the life.
That's the life, man. Like that's a I'm pretty it all ain't peaches and cream, but that's a pretty blessed journey, my boy.
Yeah,
You're playing with George Gervin's son, like that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a hell of a journey, man.
Your name is amongst the people, like people really know you when you talk about DFW basketball. Like we found out about you because a couple of people referred you, said your name, and said, "Hey, check this guy out." So
that's what's up, man. I tried to put my stamp in the city, man.
No, that's a fact. Where do you since you've seen it all, where do you think the game is headed? And as you're currently coaching and kind of like on the front lines of the game, where do you think like the game is headed? If it's headed, in the right direction, or like are we back?
Yeah, it's headed in the right direction. But I'm gonna give you a heads up. Like I was telling Star this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing it in a lot of gyms, little circuits. It's gonna be a wave of good African kids come through here, man. I'm talking about it's gonna be crazy, man. I'm saying it. Remember, I told y'all this ahead of time. Watch what I tell you.
Who have you seen? Like, what makes you not?
I gotta get a light. When a nigga drop a
see
bar,
what it was.
I gotta get a light.
See what it was. Coaching AAU, and then I'm going to watch Star team play. I'm going to watch the big team play. And every game, I'm seeing an African kid on the court. I'm like, man. And I was talking to my old coach, my old D1 coach. And he was saying, he was like, man.
You see him in a tournament?
Yeah, we just chopping it up.
Dope.
And he was like, man, I don't even, as far as a big man, I'm like, who are you looking at? I'm just looking at these big Africans around here. That's all I want. Big Africans. I'm like, man. And then what he put me on is like your Pascal Siakams, your
right.
Your what's the one used to play for the Giannis, your Serge Ibaka.
Right.
They go back. They're starting to go back over there and put money into the little African league and all that, man. So it's going to be a wave of.
Especially Lou out there. He doing big stuff with that.
You seen what it did with South Sudan?
Yeah.
He put them in the Olympics.
It's two African teams going to the Olympics. I can't think of the other one, but South Sudan for sure. I can't think of the other one though. And then Sudan is known for having just tall people. Period. Just them based on being close to the equator.
And that's the thing that's scary, bro, because they're already on an average 6'7", 6'8".
No facts.
You put the skill with it. Watch what I tell you. They're finna take over, man.
You're totally correct, and you know why? Because they raw and they
raw.
And they appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
You can just tell. Hey, tell you stuff like this. Thank you.
They listen. Yeah. They listen.
Yeah,
they listen.
Some smile about it. They're gonna be so grateful about it, especially if it's something that's gonna help them along the way. Because
And that being said, though,
the
game is way more global now, man.
Yeah,
way more. It ain't. When we was coming up, if we seen an overseas dude, man, he's soft, man. He ain't. Yeah. You can't say that narrative no more. They just like, man, an overseas dude will bust your ass right now, man.
Right, we seeing it right now. We seeing it right now.
And that's what I told him before that started. I said, you can't just. That's disrespectful, bro. Just to put anybody over there. These guys pros too. You know what I'm saying? And the difference is they've been playing together though. Like take Germany, Dennis Schroeder and Theis and all those guys.
Right.
They've been playing together for 5-6 years, man.
They was kids.
Yeah. They grew up in the system.
Yeah, they grew up in the system, right?
And they basketball clubs are structured so good.
And that's another reason why they're ahead of us, bro. You know how we we go to high school. We play high school basketball. No, ain't none of that. Once they get 14, 15 over there, they put them on the club team. You playing pro. You just start on the second level and you work your way up. They don't go to high school overseas.
Yeah. I be on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube.
Yeah,
You see them little Chinese kids passing the ball to
yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah.
They ball handling, wrapping around, like they really working over there, like 8 hours a day. Like we gonna be good at this. So you're right, the game is evolving. So like, but what I realized too with our kids though versus what we had back in the day, all we had was basketball, girls, maybe a little video games here and
Right.
there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But these kids the kids in America are exposed to so much more
Yeah.
than what we had growing up. So I mean,
Yeah.
I can see why, over there they're gaining more, they're getting better than what we had because we got kids that say, coach, I gotta do this, coach. I'm not gonna, and I'm not
Exactly.
playing it, what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say what it is that they do because I don't want them to feel like down.
Right.
We don't have a lot of kids that just say, hey, I'm locked in on the game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like we don't have a lot of
exactly.
kids that say, hey, I'm just locked in on the game. We got kids say, I'm locked in on this, or I like this, or I do this. So
And basketball comes second or third.
Exactly.
I'm just having to be good. I just happen to be able to, be 6'5", 6'6", can dunk,
And then when you look at it now, to me, they overtrain too much.
I said the
Overtrain.
same thing. I said the
If
same
you
thing.
go watch even the EYBL game, everybody is playing the same. Nobody is except nobody. Oh, he's a slasher. Everybody's they go to the hole, Euro step, or we shooting a three. That's it. Or we dunking. Nobody. That's because when you training, I'm going off this pick and roll, or I'm coming back. Man, you're not for the bed to do all that in the game. You're going to get downhill or get off the ball.
Right.
That's the only thing that I be trying to preach to the kids. Now, it's okay to train but every day. You gotta basketball is reading reaction. You can't
It
just
is.
if I'm premeditated, I'm gonna do this Euro already, and I
Right.
ain't giving it the go. That ain't You got to see what the defense gonna do.
Right.
You got already have 3 moves.
Right.
Yeah.
3 moves that gonna work for sure.
Right.
I mean, and it's not even premeditated, but it's just 3 moves. Hey,
Yeah.
get
You
right.
go 2 moves. Yeah.
3. Now you in my. Now have you on your toes. Now you don't know Now you don't know what's going on. But like you said, if all them coming down doing Euro every day and your whole highlight is Euroing and
Threes.
That's it. Euro and threes. That's all they want to do, man.
Euro and threes and dunk.
Euro and threes and dunk. That's it.
That's threes and dunk.
That's all they want to do.
You said a word. You said your coach was in there specifically looking for an African big man.
Yeah. He said they listen. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to worry about them. They ain't gonna be prima donnas. I got thinking. That baby started looking at everywhere I went. I'm like, well, he got a point there, man.
They're gonna rebound. They're gonna box out.
They're gonna go to class.
Yeah, man. That's the first thing they're gonna do for you. They're gonna help your team GPA.
Right. They're gonna help your team GPA for sure.
Man, they're gonna help.
They're not gonna try to transfer. They're not gonna try to backtalk you. Their daddy, mama ain't finna be there every day. Their cousin, booster ain't finna be there talking about what you doing. You didn't believe.
I'm gonna give you an example. Like I want to say it was 2-3 years ago. The African kid that was top 10, he ended up going to Howard.
Okay.
The maker. He could have went somewhere else. Yeah, he stayed down with that. He could have. They loyal. It cost them some money, but they loyal though.
No, for sure. Absolutely. And so it's a lot bro, when you said that, you said a lot because you look at the draft.
Yeah.
The last 5 drafts, I think the top 1 or 2 picks have been an overseas player.
Yeah. That's just like the kid that went 1. It was a
Wembenyama.
kid on his. If the kid on his team win lottery, he's an African, but he moved wherever they at. He wasn't even on the radar at the beginning of the season. He ended up going lottery. 6'8".
Wembenyama's teammate did?
Yeah,
Damn.
18-year-old kid.
Damn. I didn't even know that. I gotta check that out.
Just hooping. Just don't
hooping.
even know he was gonna walk into this situation.
Nah. They came there looking at the big kid and started watching him.
Wembenyama. That and then the last 5 MVPs, we all know. Jokic just won, Embiid 2 years in a row. Embiid won. I forgot Giannis won, and then I forgot who won before that. I think the last 4 or 5 was cast from overseas.
Man, just look at the guy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the move we were just talking about that everybody do?
Man,
where it come from?
Man,
I'm telling you, the game is just evolving to overseas, man. It's gonna turn.
But the thing about the Euro game versus the American game is the fundamentals, though.
Yeah.
It's just something real small. It's not even like nothing really major that they're doing. They just take time on doing the fundamentals versus 20 and pull up 3. You know what I mean? They really working on repetition, how to see at the rim, and really for an hour before they get going. So it's just.
It's just like when you see guys get ready to go on a fast break and they foul them. Where you think that came from? Overseas.
To stop the transition.
Yeah. That's an overseas thing that came over here.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, a few more questions for you, but like, we're talking great basketball right now. And so, is as we're talking about education and going to class and being in the books, and is sports really our ticket out the hood anymore? Because back in the 90s,
what I tell kids is it's different now. You got choices. You gonna be a doctor. You gonna be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to.
Yeah, you got choices.
You don't have to be a rapper or go D1 just to make it out the hood no more, man. You got choices. Back then, we didn't have that. We couldn't see. We didn't know no fuck about Johnny Cochran. We didn't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? All we know about is Michael Jordan, Emmitt Smith. You know what I'm saying? We just know. So I think they got more options now. That ain't their only way out now.
But it's crazy because the kids don't want to do nothing but be LeBron James, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan. Because there's a lot more options now, but the kids don't want to hear it.
Yeah. And then you got to look at it like this too. We say all our kids,
right?
They're not going. We gonna shield them from seeing what we see in the first off. So they're gonna be totally in a different atmosphere than us. So the whole thing is with them, they push that I want to be LeBron, I want to be that, but they're not doing that on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying?
Right. True. Like they need to.
So in reality, half of them pushing their dream, but they ain't gonna get to it. So it's gonna work out anyway. So that's when we go back to the school, the education. It's okay to go be a doctor or lawyer. It's okay to go do that. You ain't gotta. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go.
Kansas. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go.
I say that every time I practice, I say that that's my favorite slogan. Everybody can't go. I say that all the time. Everybody can't go, and that's for everything. And even I had a kid on my team. Good. I'm talking about can do everything.
Yeah.
But his best friend is a straight thug.
Like hood gangster.
Yeah. I said, look here. I know y'all been friends for a long time. You going to high school next year. Everybody can't go where you going, man. You're gonna have to mess with him for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and then that's what we talked about earlier, being able to be taken from their environment, Going
Exactly.
else. You might have to leave John in the hood and hang out with Woodrow over here in
Yeah.
Plano or something like this. So
Yeah.
you need them type of people in your life to succeed, though.
Yeah. And that was big for me because you got people I went to school with. They had never seen a white person before, but I got a
Man,
whole group of white people at the game to come see me play. They're like, man,
facts,
that's the police. Nah, man, they're here to see me play. But like,
facts.
that's the different. You gotta. It's what they see, man.
Yeah.
That's the key. That's the key, man. With these kids, is what they see, man.
I think kids are rebellious. And so it's just like, if we say, like, hey, you may not make it, then they're going to try to be the ones that make it. Right.
Yeah.
You tell me I can't do something, so I'm gonna try to show you I can, which is all good and well. But understand, where LeBron live, he don't live next to athletes. Those are regular people in these neighborhoods.
Exactly.
People got.
Yeah.
I think kids need to understand that. Listen, when I watched Shaq's podcast, and Shaq had told me he was in Orlando and he got traded to the Lakers, and he had to sell his house. He said, man, Dennis bought my house for like 10-some million. He said, damn. Shaq said, damn, I'm in the wrong business. And that made me realize, like, damn, you right. Even though Chris Brown, entertainer, right, lives here, buddy over here, he a banker, he a big real estate tycoon, oil tycoon, you know what I'm saying? A TV channel owner,
That's like
anything.
my boy AC, before he moved to Oklahoma, he stayed in the same neighborhood with them old AAU coaches I was telling you about.
Okay,
Same two, he stayed in the same neighborhood with them.
See? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, as soon as you realize you ain't got to just do this one thing to get to where you want to go, and like you said, you have actual choices now, I think we'd be better off, man. You know what I'm saying? And then making that shit cool. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's cool to go get a bag like that. And it's easier. It's less stress.
It's easy. It's easy. Now the thing, this this YouTube stuff. A lot of them kids are on their YouTube stuff now too.
Yeah.
And that's why I spoke about that mic.
Yeah.
On film, coach.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people, adjusting to it, and then, people adjusting to it so they can get the players that they want. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
If y'all want to be on YouTube, then hey, if that's what it's to get good players, then let's do it then,
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
like you said, everybody, like I said earlier, they not hooping to hoop. They hooping for a social status. Now, it ain't for them. It ain't for the name on the best.
Crazy, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like you were saying, like we was hooping because we wanted to play against the best. And now y'all hoop because y'all want some shoes and a jersey and all. No, we just want to go where the niggas is hooping at. Where they hooping at? That's where I want to be on the team. Now we doing this for all the extras. Yeah, bro, it's weird. No, you're right.
And it make it hard for you, like the people who really love coaching and want to coach.
Right.
It's hard. I had to take a step back from coaching because I actually love the game so much, but I'm realizing these kids don't have the same passion.
Right.
They want
Just like them kids on that picture right there. I had them for 2 years, man. It's only like 2 or 3 of them stayed down. The rest of them, we out of town. I end up getting on one of them, getting on his ass. They jumped ship. The other 3 stayed. But it's like, and you gotta understand, when you play for me, it ain't no fees. We traveling. I'm feeding you. I'm gonna give you get conditioning. You on the track. You in the gym. You ain't getting that nowhere else.
It's for free and it's good
free.
Training.
It's good training. Now, the long story short, the ones that left and went the other way, they're playing freshman basketball this year. The 3 kids that stayed with me and kept working, they freshmen on JV.
There it is. There it
is. There's levels to it though, but chances. But with you getting on his ass and stuff like that, it also show what type of background he probably comes from. He probably don't have no father.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
And if you don't have it, and you used to mom, what I'm saying, none against moms raising, young men, and some can, but if you don't have the one that's just gonna be hardcore on them and not let them get through it a lot, then when the male gets on them, he's gonna shy away. So they need that, and it's good that you do that because you get to see the real ones. Them three guys that stayed, they tell a lot about them. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the guy your coach got on you. It's just part of your coach gonna get on
part of it. Yeah, you gonna get that.
Was your team that you created that were you holding that trophy? Is that kind of like your gift back to the game to make sure that you're influencing the next generation and trying to create that change around you?
Yeah, because it's been for the last 4-5 years people been asking me to coach, but I'm like, man, I don't know these kids. So I started about 2 years ago, man, and it's been fun. I like it, man, and the thing about it, I don't want the kid that's
right
the number one 7th grader, number one 8th grader. I want these kids like them kids. When I started with them, all them kids was on the B team. 8th grade year they came back, they was on the A team. Now all of them in high school, all of them. I like to see the progress, man.
Right.
I feel I can go get 10 kids off the playground. We go to these AAU tournaments, we gonna handle some business though.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing is now just, and I like the 7th and 8th grade. My guys be telling them to go to high school, but I like getting them ready for high school. Once you get to once they get to high school,
they have
Chris can tell you that at Lincoln they got different attitudes when they get to high school, man. All these kids, man. So at the 8th grade, I watch them and see what they doing and still, go to their games and support them. But as far as coaching them,
right
at the 8th grade, I just let them go. Eventually, I'm gonna get to that high school level, but right now, I'm taking it slow.
Hey, you right, dog. You realize, like, man, I had a kid, man, talk crazy. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna let him go ahead and make it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He not understanding it. And I tell the kids now, no, what I'm doing now, you might not understand. He not gonna register right now. But you're gonna come back later on and man, Coach Chanel really loved me. Coach really was pouring love into me, and I didn't know how to accept it. So one of them things, though, like I said, I still love coaching, but right now I just real and I just train. You know what I'm saying? But I stay in the game, but just take a step back from coaching, though. You know what I'm saying? Just because I just had to see what it really is. Like, okay, no, it's not. Not the 90s, it's not the 2000s where coach cussed me out and you know what I'm saying? Straighten up is you cut them out now, they tell their mom you gotta talk to the athletic director the next
day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, man, for sure, man. Jones, man, we don't want to keep you all night, bro. We definitely appreciate the conversation, man. Let's give it up for my boy Jones.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
We're gonna have to bring it back. You gave a good conversation, bro. We're gonna have to bring it back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, man.
So next time you come back, bring your coach. Let's tap in the spring, right before AAU season, right before summer basketball. Let's keep this thing going. Let's talk about the team next time. Let's catch up with your boy, find out who the hell he is, how y'all get involved, you know what I'm saying? What he bringing to the table. And let's keep it going, man, Joe. This is a beautiful conversation, man. We could really go 30 more minutes, but we don't want to be here all night, man. But man, you gave us a lot of game tonight, though, bro. Like, nah, man, for real. You gave us a lot of game tonight, man. The kids gonna learn a lot from this. The community gonna learn a lot from this, man. We appreciate it, though, bro.
I appreciate y'all, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
All right, now.
Yeah, for sure. Salute to you, Jones. Appreciate you, my G. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. As always, man, gurus of the game. We signing out, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hey.
Yes, sir.